Well, many thanks from me, and I bet all of us, to our fearless team who were the first to present in this past week. Um, you all clearly worked very hard, and we had some great discussions. I was particularly impressed by the ways that you were sharing information about evidence-based practices and community resources and consumer-driven resources in your own area. The more detail that you can use when you share about those resources, the better, because the more you can share, the better a feel each of us will get for what those resources are, and that way we can use each other to really expand everybody's knowledge base. Another thing that several people mentioned is that they were confused about some aspects of the assignment. In some ways, there were too many details. It was too complex. In other ways, it became clear that among us all, there is a huge range of experience with mental health, and some of us are completely new to the area, and some have a lot of experience, and so I decided to streamline and simplify the assignment in several ways that I hope is useful, that I hope are useful to everybody. The first thing that I did was provide descriptions and examples of literature reviews and case vignettes, and also an example of an entire case study. All of those are based on an assignment completed by a team this time last year in this same class. So I hope that's useful to you in understanding exactly how to go about doing those things. The other thing that I decided is not to require a synthesis from the team members at the end of the week. That's just another detail that I think will be burdensome in the assignment. And in any case, you will be doing some synthesizing in your written case study. So I won't require that. As you are having your forum discussion during the course of the week, as before, the discussion will be facilitated by the team members, and the discussion will focus on assessment and evidence-based practices, and community resources and consumer-driven resources. Another difference, though, is that the literature reviews will not be arbitrarily separated into those four parts with one person assigned to each of the parts. Instead, feel free to divvy up the literature review any way that you want to. For example, two people might be interested in evidence-based practices, one wanting to do a literature review on one practice and one on the other. And in that case, the third person or the third and fourth person could focus on assessment and community resources and consumer-driven resources. So work those up any way that you would like to. Another thing that you might want to do is use a PowerPoint if you would like to do that in describing your literature review. That would be fine. So it's up to you to be creative. Whatever you would like to do works for me. So I'm looking forward to the coming week. Oh, and one more thing. Week 8's team, you are not obligated to use one format or another. Whatever you have prepared already, go with that. If you want to go with a new format, do that as well. Or do that. But if you are already prepared, I don't want you to have to prepare again. So I'm looking forward to what happens in week 8.